I've been working with my rabbit composting carport chickens. Not sure if I got that in the right order, the way that I always do. Composting, rabbit, carport chickens. Got all 4 words together. It's in a carport. I'm using chickens and rabbits, and it's for the purpose of compost. Let me take you inside and show you. So if you remember, what I was planning on doing was having like 12 different spots, 5 or 6 on each side, and I was going to rotate it kind of like a clock through here. I was going to put all their food right here about where I'm standing. I'm right next to the door, and I was going to move it on along once or twice every week. I got in here to do that for the very first time just a few moments ago. And maybe it's because it's the first time, but it is admittedly harder than I thought it would be. Now, in this area, before I put this carport here, I had all sorts of wood chips. I put them here a couple of years ago. It's probably a foot, 2 feet deep in some places. And you can see behind me, you can see how much further down, maybe another foot further down from where the carport is. So it's really quite heavy. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I get a scoop like this, and I throw it. I get a scoop and I throw it over like this. So in this section where I'm at, there's all sorts of grain, and there's weeds from the high tunnel and outside, and all this hay that I put in here. It's really quite thick. However, I don't know if you can tell very well, but these chickens are happy as a clam. They're over here scratching where I've dug up, but whereas beforehand they didn't really scratch quite as much. I've helped them out a little bit, and most of the processes that I've seen says that you need to help them a little bit, and whenever you do this, you're getting down there to all those bugs and grubs and things that they really like, all that stuff that's really good beneath the surface. These chips right here were kind of composted already. I don't know how well the camera picks up, but what I've tossed over here is really dark and rich. It was already moderately composted before, but it's mixing in all of their urine and all of their poop and the rabbit urine and the rabbit poop here. I've got about, I don't know, 9 or 10. I moved my buck in here as well, and I'm going to move all the others in here because I want to show you in just a moment the comparison of underneath here, how the poop is. The chickens have been scratching in it, eating what was left in there that was good, versus over where my rabbits are that I don't have any chickens. So I'm going to move all of them over here. I've got to build some nest boxes, do a little bit of work in here for it, but it should work out really well for me. Because I've finally gotten in here, I've done what I've wanted to do, I'm going to amend what I planned on doing just a bit. Instead of moving it along in this clockwise circle kind of thing, what I think I'm going to do is just move this section over here over, and then move this section over here over, and then maybe move the sections back. So one time a week I'll do this, maybe another time the same week I'll do it on this other side, and it probably takes about 15 minutes, especially the first time because I'm loosening all that stuff up. And then I'll do it here in the middle and move all that stuff back over and kind of mound it up on the sides. Remember what my whole point in doing this is. It's not for eggs, it's not for meat production. It is for meat production for the rabbits because I'm going to be eating these ultimately. I need to start butchering some soon. I've got a few that's pretty much ready to go. I've just got to do it. And I've got some pigs I'm going to butcher as well soon. So if you want to see that, then stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't ever miss a notification. I'm not doing it for meat production. I'm doing it for the compost because I want to produce enough compost to really help out my garden over here, and this rabbit manure and this chicken manure is really going to help things out, plus all the material here in the ground as well. They're going to work it together, and it's going to be really a best of both worlds because this rabbit manure is what they call a cold manure, I believe. You can put it right on your garden. You don't have to mix it in, you don't have to compost it, you don't have to do anything, but it's going to make it even better when you do that, and the chickens are going to use it as well. And the chickens, they're going to mix their poop in with all this. You can't use straight chicken manure on your garden, you've got to make sure it's composted really well and mixed in with some soil. So I'm mixing it in really well here. It's going to be some really great stuff for my garden, in my high tunnel, around my fruit trees. It's going to be wonderful. And if this works out really well, I might actually do another one of these to make even more compost. I've looked for some compost locally, and I can't really get it in bulk, and I can't really get it very close to my home, and I really don't want to travel very far for it. I don't want to use the fuel for it. Where I have found it locally, if I get a bulk supply of it, it's going to be quite expensive. If you are locally and you know of a good place to get a dump truck load full of compost for all the things that we're doing here, then let me know. That is until I get all of this done. That's just a little update on the rabbit, chicken, compost carport that we've got over here. But I'm still very optimistic. It just might be a little bit more work, especially the front end, until I'm used to it, until I've loosened all of this stuff up. It might be a little bit more work than I anticipated, but I want to make sure that I'm not keeping you in the dark, and I'm not hiding anything from you, that you know exactly what you're getting into if you do something like this. But I do believe that it's going to be well worth it. I've seen others that do it. It just takes a little bit of work on my end, but this is going to be, hopefully on our farm, on our homestead, it's going to be a closed loop, so I don't have to buy anything, even seed. Hopefully I'll be able to save my own seed eventually, and we'll be able to do everything right from here. Really self-sustainable, self-sufficient, all of these different things that we're aiming for here. If you like this video and you like things like this, make sure to smash that like button here and come back. We do a new video every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and a live stream on Sunday nights on YouTube at 8 p.m. Central Time. Thanks.